Hi students, in today's session I am going to discuss the exemplar problems from the chapter alcohols, phenols and ethers. So let's get started. So this is the first question what we see. The monochlorination of toluene in sunlight followed by hydrolysis with aqueous sodium hydroxide. So it yields what? So I have underlined the important points from this question. We are doing only monochlorination and not dichlorination. In the molecule of toluene in presence of sunlight. Okay, so this is the toluene molecule. You are doing chlorination. The very important thing is sunlight. Okay, so this is what. So what reaction is going to take place, where the chlorination is going to take place, that is very important. I told you in the before chapter itself. If it is in the presence of sunlight, the chlorination takes place. Okay, it will take place only in the side chain. It will take place only in the side chain and it will not enter into the ring. When it will enter into the ring, if you use any catalyst such as iron, okay, or any other catalyst, without catalyst, okay, the chlorination will not touch the ring. So that is the important point. So we are doing only what? Monochlorination. So in the side chain, so take one hydrogen and instead of that put one chlorine. So soon after that what we are doing hydrolysis with aqueous sodium hydroxide. This is a reagent, aqueous sodium hydroxide. This is a reagent where the substitution takes place. Okay, so instead of chlorine, what is going to be added from the sodium hydroxide? This is the nucleophile. So instead of take the chlorine out and put and fix your OH. So what molecule, what will you call this? Benzyl alcohol. So the answer is what? Benzyl alcohol. So how many alcohols with molecular formula C4H10O are chiral in nature? So they have given the general molecular formula. So how many isomeric alcohols can be written? So I have did this before. See, from C4H10O. So these are the isomeric alcohols we can write with the same molecular formula. So how to find which one is chiral? So take the carbon that is attached to the hydroxyl. For the chirality, what is the necessary criteria? Or the four groups must be different in nature. If a carbon is attached to four different groups, this is carbon, this is alphabet, four different groups, then this is known as chiral. Okay, so let's check. For this carbon only we have to check, because here is your hydroxyl group. Here on hydroxyl group, here you have to see the entire group. This is a different group, but what? This hydrogen, both are hydrogen. So here not all the four groups are same. So this alcohol is not a chiral alcohol. So here where the alcohol is present, so here, so this carbon you have to see. See first point itself. See here one hydrogen and here one hydrogen. So we have to see the four groups. So similar groups are repeating. So this is not also a chiral alcohol. So in this option, so the hydroxyl group, so we have to see this carbon. So what are the groups? So here a different group, and here a different group, and here a different group. So hence it is optically active. This is chiral alcohol. Okay, so among three alcohols, how many alcohols? Only one is optically active. So the option is what? So the option is 1. So what is the correct order of reactivity of alcohols in the following reaction? See, this question is keep on repeating in alkyl halides, in haloalkanes. In that chapter also this kind of question came. Okay, so what reaction it is? It is a Lucas test, and it is used to identify whether it is a tertiary alcohol, a secondary or a primary. So here in this alcohol, we all know that the reactivity of tertiary is more than secondary, and then comes your primary. In tertiary what? In tertiary, the turbidity appears immediately. In secondary, it is after some time. after some time. In primary, you have to warm, that it will not take place at room temperature. Okay, so this is very important as it is repeating many times. So see the reagent, whenever you see HCl and azidine chloride, you have to remember this test. Okay, so here CH3CH2OH can be converted into CH3CHO. So an alcohol is converted into an aldehyde. So what kind of reaction is this, student? So you see, so this is an, okay, see the number of hydrogen has reduced. So removal of hydrogen is known as what? This is an oxidation reaction. Okay, so what catalyst, what reagent you can use? See here, this is catalytic hydrogenation. This is a reagent for reduction, and we are looking for a catalyst for oxidation reaction, so not this one. Also treatment with lithium aluminum hydride, this is also a reducing agent. We need an oxidizing agent. So what are the other two options? So the other two option is treatment with pyridinium chlorochromate. So what is pyridinium chlorochromate? This is chromium trioxide. It is a combination of chromium trioxide with the pyridine, okay, and HCl. Okay, so this is pyridinium chlorochromate and treatment with KMnO4. So these two are oxidizing agent. Among these two, you have to select only one. So I select this one. The reason is, see, always when you start with alcohol, it will not end. See, this is the reaction. KMnO4 is a very powerful, very strong oxidizing agent. Very strong oxidizing agent. If you use that, it will not end with this. This is an intermediate kind of thing. Your aldehyde is an intermediate kind of thing. It will not stop at aldehyde, whereas when you start with alcohol, directly, straightly, it will go to the acid. It will end with the acid. It's a strong oxidizing agent, okay, whereas your pyridinium chlorochromate is a moderate, is a mild oxidizing agent. So you can stop at this point. You know, some bus if you take, it will not stop in some terminals. So in train, if you take a speed train, it will not stop in some junction. End to end train will be there, no? So like that it is. So KMnO4 you cannot use, it is a strong oxidizing agent. So the process of converting alkyl halides into alcohols involved. So what is this? So this is your alkyl halide and you are going to get alcohol. So what is that? So instead of chlorine minus, you are putting OH minus. So this is what? Nucleophilic substitution reaction. Instead of one nucleophile, you are adding another nucleophile. So no addition reaction, substitution yes, no, not dehydrohalogenation, no rearrangement. It is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. Which of the following compounds is aromatic alcohol? So students, so if you, some people if give you immediately, what will you do? You will pick this one. Yes, this one. But I will give you a definition for aromatic alcohols. Aromatic alcohols are those compounds in which the hydroxyl group is not directly attached to the nucleus but is linked to a carbon atom situated in a side chain. Okay, so the criteria is there must be an aromatic group. Aromatic group must be the part of the molecule, but the hydroxyl group must not be directly attached, okay, to the aromatic ring. So here this is not an aromatic alcohol. Here also the hydroxyl group is directly linked to the aromatic ring. So this is also not. Whereas this hydroxyl group is linked to the aromatic ring through an sp3 carbon, through a side chain. So I select these two. So this is important, students. So whereby you can easily make mistake. Okay. So B and C. So the option is 3. So the IUPAC name of the compound given below. So here there are two functional groups, chlorine and hydroxyl. If this comes, for which you have to give the preference, you have to give preference to the alcohol. So the main parent chain is 2-hexanol. Okay, 2-hexanol, to which this is attached. Okay, so the numbering is what? How we give number? We have to give preference to the alcohol. 3, 4, 5. So the option is 5-chloro, okay, hexane 2-ol. 5-chloro hexane 2-ol and not 2-chloro hexane 5-ol. Okay. The IUPAC name of metacresol is. So what is first of all metacresol? So students, draw a phenol ring, that is the main ring, to which in the meta position there will be a CH3 group. Okay. So this is cresol. When it is attached to ortho position, it is orthocresol. When the methyl group is attached to para position, it is paracresol. So it is metacresol. So this is what 3-methyl phenol. 3-methyl phenol. So the IUPAC name of the compound. So here, what is the functional group here? The functional group here is methoxy. The functional group is methoxy. So this is the parent chain. So this is what 2-methoxypropane. So what is the answer? This is 2-methoxypropane. While coming to the 10th question, which of the following species can act as the strongest base? So they have given the hydroxyl anion and the alkoxide anion, phenoxide anion, and the phenoxide anion substituted with nitro group. Listen students, this is a very important concept that I am going to tell you. Okay, so this concept will help you in the further questions also. Okay, so they have asked which is a strong base. So we are seeing an electron density over the oxygen atom, right? So there is an electron density. More the electron density, okay, more the electron density, okay, stronger will be the base. Stronger will be the base. So what is the action of a base? What is the action of a base? A base will, okay, so a base will, it will abstract a proton. It will abstract a proton. That is the purpose of a base. So more the electron density. So this is electron density ED I have written. More the electron density on the oxygen atom, more stronger will be the base. Okay. So let's compare. So here also there is electron density, and here instead of hydrogen there is an alkyl group. Okay. Alkyl group. So how it influences, let's see. See, alkyl group, we know it has plus I effect. Plus I effect means what? It will donate electrons. It will donate electrons. So what happens if we donate electrons? The electron density over the oxygen atom increases further. Okay, so that is what the influence, that is what the influence of the alkyl here. Okay, whereas the hydrogen is not doing so. It is neither plus I or nor minus I. Here what happens, here there is also charge density, but what happens here is the charge density, the charges, okay, involved in resonance inside the benzene ring. So what happens due to this? The charge density, the electron density will not be here on the oxygen atom. It will not be available. It will not be available on the oxygen. So it is what? It decreases due to the resonance, due to the resonance of the anion involved in the benzene ring, the electron density decreases. Electron density decreases. So what happens? The basicity also decreases. Okay, so clear students? So on the oxygen atom we must get more electron density, then only it will act as a strong base. So here what happens? Here also a phenyl ring, and extra there is a nitro group attached to it. Now what kind of nitro group? What is the nature of this group? It is a powerful electron withdrawing group. So what happens? It will still pull the anion even more stronger. So whatever the charge density was there, it will not be here. Okay, even when compared to this and this, okay, the charge density will be even lesser in the nitro substituted phenol. Okay, so because of this, what happens? The charge density, electron density decreases. So this much arrows I am putting, so to tell that it decreases so much. Electron density decreases so much, so the basicity will be very low. Okay, Okay, so which is more basic here? Which is more basic here? This is okay, and this is the most basic due to the plus I effect of the R group. So which group can increase the basicity? Electron donating groups will increase the basicity. So the answer is what? The alkoxide anion. So that is why alkoxide anion are more powerful anions. So we use most of the bases, sodium ethoxide, ethoxide, in most of the organic reactions you can see, because it is still more basic than the sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. So which of the following compounds will react with sodium hydroxide solution in water? Okay, we are going to apply the same concept here, so please listen. This is very important. See, they have asked, see, this is a set of alcohol, isn't it? Phenol and benzyl alcohol. Okay, this is what? Tertiary butyl alcohol and ethanol, all are alcohol. So the generally I have written ROH. So R can be benzene ring or any group. Okay, so when it reacts with sodium hydroxide, what? Sodium hydroxide is a base. Okay, so what happens when ROH, alcohol, reacts with the base? It loses a proton to convert to the corresponding anion. Okay, what happens here? What happens? Your alcohol donates a proton. You see, it loses a proton when it sodium hydroxide is a base. Okay, this is the hydroxyl group here. So it donates a proton and converts to the corresponding anion. So why it happens? Because we know that the hydrogen directly attached to the heteroatoms are very acidic. Okay, so you can apply the same thing. See, ROH, this proton is acidic, and RHSH, this proton is acidic. All the hydrogen directly attached to the heteroatoms are very acidic. Okay, when treating with a base, it will convert to the corresponding anion. Okay, it will convert to the corresponding anion. Please remember this one. Okay, so they are asking among which of this alcohol, okay, will react faster, will react with sodium hydroxide. So what they are asking, so here everything, in every molecule there is a hydroxyl group, and there is a what? There is an acidic proton, and there is an acidic proton. Okay, so you may think that each and every molecule will react with sodium hydroxide to form the corresponding anion. Okay, but they are asking which will react very fast. Okay, so for this we have to, I will tell you a trick, and this is very important. Remember this. See, why it is reacting with the base? Because it has acidic proton. Okay, so we call it as, this is what? Acidic molecule. After treating with the base, it converts to an anion, and we call it as its conjugate base. Right, students? This is acid, and this is its corresponding conjugate base. We know this already, right? See, this is AH. Okay, when treatment with the base, it loses a proton. And a corresponding anion is formed. We call this as an acid, and this acid's conjugate base, because this anion was formed from this acid. Okay, so what trick we are going to use? This is not a trick, this is a concept. Please listen. See, if this conjugate base, we have to analyze the strength of this base. If the conjugate base is very strong, then the acid will be a weak acid. If the conjugate base is very weak, then the corresponding acid will be a strong acid. Okay, so same thing for the base also. So this is a base. What base will do? Base will have lone pair, and it will abstract a proton. Okay, so we call it as, this is what? Base, and this we call it as conjugate acid. Okay, so if this is weak, this will be strong. If this is strong, then this will be weak. Okay, so this is for your further information, but listen to this. Okay, so this concept we are going to apply here. Okay, the conjugate base, if the conjugate base is very strong, the corresponding acid will be very weak. If this is weak, will be strong. So I have written, this is acid, this is the in acid form. Okay, since it donates a proton, all that donates proton are acid according to Bronsted theory. Okay, so here this is what, this is the conjugate base, this is the conjugate base, and what, this is acid, this is conjugate base. So now you know how to compare the basicity. I have already told you to see the charge density. You see, there is a charge density, but what happens here, this will be involved in resonance. So what, students, this will be a weak base, right? This will be a weak base. And here what happens, there it is, the oxygen is not directly attached to the phenyl ring, so the charge density cannot participate in resonance because it is attached to an sp3, an intermediate carbon is there. Okay, so what happens, we know the CH2 has what effect, the CH2 has plus I effect, so it will donate electrons and it will do what, increase the electron density, so it is a strong base. Okay, here what happens, here the charge density will be increased by the plus I effect of the 3 methyl groups. All are showing plus I effect. They will donate electrons. It is more stronger than this one. Okay, so very strong base. Okay, and here ethoxide. So here what, this is plus I effect. This is all these will push electrons and the electron density will increase, and this is also what, a strong base. So this is a weak base, so this acid is what, this acid will be strong. So S means strong. This is a strong base, so it will be a weak acid. Very strong base and is a very weak acid. This is a strong base, this is a weak acid. So which one will react with sodium hydroxide? The strong acid, isn't it? Which one will react with sodium hydroxide readily? Not a weak acid, right? Only a strong acid. So phenol will react with sodium hydroxide readily because it is a strong acid. Okay, this is the way you have to solve these kind of questions, students. Okay, so the answer is phenol. Okay, so for you similar kind of questions has been given, so let's practice. Phenol is less acidic than ethanol, orthonitrophenol, orthomethyl-phenol, orthomethoxyphenol. Okay, so let's apply the same concept here also. So here phenol is less acidic than, so we have to compare the basicity of the conjugate base, that's all. So what, this is the acid and this will be the corresponding conjugate base. Okay, all these are conjugate bases. Okay, so let's compare. See, this will be what, a weak base. This will be a weak base and this will be a very weak base due to the powerful, who is he? He is a powerful electron withdrawing group. So due to him, all the electron density will come to the ring. No electron density will be on oxygen. So it is a very, very weak base. Okay, so here what it is, so sorry students, so here electron density O minus, this is O minus, not H. Okay, so it will be involved in resonance, but somewhat plus I effect. Okay, this is plus I effect, it will donate electrons. Okay, due to this, when compared to this one, this is somewhat okay, electron density will be there when compared to this one also, electron density. So it is what, it will be somewhat I can say more basic, not strong basic. I will not say strong basic, more basic when compared to these two. And this is what, very more basic, more basic. Among these, this is the most basic, not a strong base. I will not say it is a strong base. Okay, because oxygen has lone pair and it will also donate electrons. So this is the most basic among all this. So which one is a very weak base will give you the corresponding acid will be a very strong acid. Okay, so the phenol is less acidic than orthonitrophenol. Okay, clear students? So it is less acidic than orthonitrophenol because its conjugate base is very weak, so it must be a very strongly acidic. Okay, then which of the following is most acidic? So you have to compare benzyl alcohol, cyclohexanol, phenol. So same rule, beta-chlorophenol. So you have to compare the acidity. Okay, so here benzyl alcohol is converted to this one. So this is what acid, and this is the corresponding conjugate base. Okay, this is the conjugate base of this one, conjugate base of this one, conjugate base of this one. Okay, why I am calling this acid part? Because they are going to donate a proton. They have an acidic proton. That's why I am calling it as acid. Okay, so here compare the strength of the base. Okay, so this will be what it will donate electrons towards this oxygen, so it will be strongly basic. This conjugate base is strong base, so it will be what? It is a weak acid. Okay, so this is what? This is not a benzene ring, so all the carbon will give electrons. So the electron density will increases more, so it is a very strong base, so it is a very weak acid. Okay, so I'm abbreviation only I'm using. Okay, please don't confuse yourself. So it will be involved in electrons, so this is what? A weak base, so it will be a strong acid. Okay, so this is what? This will very weak base, I can say, because here chlorine shows minus I effect. It will pull electrons. It is in the meta position. It will shows minus I effect. It will pull electrons. So because of this is a very weak base. Very weak base. So it is a very strong acid. Okay, so which among this is very acidic? Meta-chlorophenol. Okay, so here mark the correct order of decreasing acid strength of the following compounds. So corresponding base I will write here itself, students. So instead of H I am going to put minus. Okay, the corresponding base, conjugate base. So compare the conjugate base. So the corresponding acid, if it is a more weak conjugate base, the corresponding acid strength will be more. So here we have two set of functional groups. One is NO2 and another one is OCH3. NO2 is a powerful electron withdrawing group and OCH3 is a powerful electron donating group. Okay, so and in position, so the electron, when nitro is present in ortho and para position, okay, it shows maximum effect than in the meta position, and therefore the effect will be more pronounced when it is in ortho or para position than in the meta position. Okay, so this is an unsubstituted phenoxide ion. So the nitro group, electron withdrawing group, present in the para position, and this makes this conjugate base very weak. When compared to this is somewhat okay, because the effect is not that much pronounced when it is in meta position. Okay, so this is what? Very weak base. This is very weak base. This is very weak base. So here this is what? Neutral. This is what? Neutral. And here the basicity, it increases the basicity. This is what? Strongly basic. Okay, this is somewhat okay, meta position. So I can say the decreasing order of acidic strength, right? So this will be very weak base. The corresponding acid will be very strong. So B, D, then comes your unsubstituted. It gives a strong base. So it is moderately strong base. So its acidity will be moderately weak. And this is a very strong base. So the corresponding acid will be very weak. So BDACA. So just like before, I am not doing a detailed explanation because I did that already. So practice yourself. The effect is more pronounced when it is in the ortho and para position. Okay, I told you. Then mark the correct increasing order of the reactivity of the following. So first of all, what is the reaction? So here we have to find out what kind of mechanism takes place. So this is benzyl alcohol when treated with HBr or HCl, anything. Okay, you will get the corresponding bromine or chloro. Okay, so find out the mechanism. So here bromine is substituted with hydroxyl group is substituted with bromine, it goes via, okay, the carbocation mechanism. SN1 mechanism. It is a nucleophilic substitution of substituting hydroxyl group by bromine. Okay, so CH2, and you will get a plus charge here. It goes through this carbocation. Okay, so since it involves a carbocation, already this is electron deficient. So what happens in this case? So in benzyl alcohol, this carbocation would have been formed. In the case of the nitro substituent, this carbocation, and in case of this third one, chloro. See, all these groups are what? All these groups are electron withdrawing groups. See, already this is electron deficient. Carbocation is electron deficient. Presence of electron withdrawing group will still decrease the electron density. It will make them even more electron deficient. So what happens? The stability decreases. It is not favoring the carbocation. See, if a poor man is there, okay, we need a man to support him. Okay, support him means we need rich man to support a poor man. Already this man is poor and we need rich people to support him. But what these people are doing, they are even taking electrons. Okay, so the electrons, the reaction goes like this. So this one first, this is moderately okay, second, and this is third. Okay, so the reaction follows A, C, B. Okay, A, C, B, third one. Arrange the following compounds in increasing order of their boiling point. I told you in boiling point we have to see the surface area. More the surface area, more will be the van der Waals force. And so I am telling you, so more the surface area, more will be the van der Waals force. More the van der Waals force, we need more energy to break them. So more will be the boiling point. So this is what 3-membered system. This is 4-membered, and this is 5-membered. Here there are 2 4-membered, but this one is branched. If the branching increases, van der Waals force decreases, so boiling point also decreases. So first 1 pentanol, butane 1-ol, butane 2-ol, and propane 1-ol. Okay, so hope you learned something from this session, students, and meet you in the next video with the other set of questions. Thanks for watching.